I
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Hanging with Old Lou. Very excited to be here today. I'm your host, Joshua Sitrak. With me, as always, my man, Old Lou. Old Lou, let us not talk falsely now. The hour's getting late. How's it going? What's good?
oh shit, my brother. I'm always doing great, especially when I'm out here hanging with you, motherfucker. Oh shit, what were you sipping on there? That
A
looked
little bit
lovely.
of
Mm-hmm.
Basil Hayden's for that ass.
Oh, that's that's right. We talked
You
about it
know,
in the production meeting. That's right. I forgot about that. That looked
uh,
like a lovely.
it's
I love
pretty good. Um, I've been keeping my ice maker off because my ice maker will make so much ice that it'll take over the freezer. So I've turned my ice maker off, and I bought some of that on Saturday after I taught class. Ran over to the grocery store, put $40 down on a bottle of Basil Hayden's, turned the ice maker on, sat down and played Madden and just chilled out. Man, I am. I'll tell you what, man. I'm so glad that it's a long weekend because
There you go.
mentally and
Go.
physically, like I'm just beat down. So I'm like gonna salute myself and all my efforts with a nice sip of whiskey.
Oh, I would salute you too. I would salute you too. I would salute you with my Irish coffee. You know, as we know, it's been real cold for me, so my monkey ass is
Get
drinking
the
some. Mm.
fuck out, you fucking pussy! It's 20
Oh,
degrees
hey,
today.
motherfucker, kissing ass 20 degrees. Oh, shit, fuck all
Hey,
that
check
shit. Mm.
check the
Mm.
weather, my friends. It's 68 degrees in Hayward right now,
Oh, 68? Oh, shit. Yeah,
according
it's still a
to
little cold.
Apple Weather. Why I still have Hayward's weather on my Apple phone, I don't know because I'm a fucking moron. But
No, because you wish for the days that we were able to do it in Studio U. That's why. That's why you had it there. Studio U.
Studio U or Studio O?
Oh, Studio O. Oh,
Oh my
oh,
God,
oh.
the
Look at
alphabet is
that.
perplexing, old Lou. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 2 minutes
Uh,
in,
uh, not
and
only
he's
that, the
already
vowels
gone.
are fucking too.
Anyway, old
Shut
Lou,
up.
it's been quite an interesting let's week and a half in our nation's history. And so I want to jump right into it. Last Wednesday, there was a Stop the Steal, Stop,
Stop it.
Stop the Steal rally
Stop it.
in Washington, D.C., at which our the 45th president of the United States, the current sitting president, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Donald J. Trump, spoke at and apparently riled some people up. They went and
Mm.
marched to the Capitol building to where the Senate and the House meet, and they
Some would say he got their ism stirred up.
uh,
That's what
well,
they would say
all
there.
I have to say about that was that it was a mostly peaceful protest where
Mm-hmm.
some bad
Mm-hmm.
actors, some bad
Wait.
actors had maybe acted out a little bit, and but mostly those people were peaceful and law abiding.
Okay, wait. Today's January. Because it sounds like I'm hearing that was the same speech I heard back in July from people on the other side. Hell, I dare even say in June all the way through up until now. So,
Well,
that
I
shit.
do want to touch on Jacob Blake because they did come out. There's a press conference this past week. Jacob Blake is a
Mm-hmm.
gentleman from Wisconsin, in which uh, uh, other folks from not Wisconsin came and burned down fucking family-owned, people of color businesses, basically destroyed large sections of uh, Jesus, I forget the city. Lou, help me out.
Uh,
Uh, and
Cleveland.
so Cleveland is in Ohio, motherfucker. Cleveland is in
God
Ohio.
damn. Hey, you said help you out. I tried. I tried.
That's
Yeah.
not helping me out though.
But 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 so he wait. Okay, wait a minute. You're
So
telling
that's
me that
where the
some fool.
mostly peaceful. Remember, it was like that African
Yeah.
American CNN reporter with ski goggles on in front of a burned out building, and then you could see flames and people getting shot in the background.
At one point in time, they even arrested a news crew. For that.
Well, Kenosha, Wisconsin, because that's where. Isn't that where John Candy is from? Kenosha.
John Candy, the actor,
Yeah,
Kenosha.
the dead actor.
Shit, I thought.
That's where.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember in what was it? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. He has the polka band, and they're from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Wasn't it? Steve Martin is getting a ride with
I,
him, and he's from
yeah.
the polka band, right?
I don't even remember. Those aren't pillows. And he gets up.
Oh man.
Oh no! If I'm right, I don't know. Isn't Candy Canadian?
No, I think you're thinking of what's his name? Uh, the guy from Coneheads. I think is Canadian. But
Aykroyd.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so some mostly peaceful protesters stormed the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, none of these dumb motherfuckers wore masks. So all of them very easily
Mm-hmm.
identifiable. Uh, and it seems like there's what they've got to at least have charged 100 or more people already today.
Oh, alone again today, huh? Oh, okay.
No, I mean like in total. Sorry, in total,
Oh,
as of Sunday, uh,
damn.
January 17th. Please stop knocking at the door.
Mm,
Top
damn.
of the year.
And and they got all of that shit. Or did they capture most of the motherfuckers because they filmed themselves?
Oh yeah, these motherfuckers are
Oh,
taking selfies at the vice president's chair in the House chambers. The
oh,
fucking the Viking dude who only eats organic food and
yeah.
is
He got
starving in
it.
jail.
Yeah,
And then
because they don't have a veggie menu for him.
what's lost in this here, Olu, is that Wednesday evening, what were the news organizations saying? This is Antifa. Antifa has taken over the Trump rally because this is what Antifa does, motherfuckers. This is what they do. They did it in Portland. They did it in San Francisco. They did it in New York. They did it in Seattle. They did it in Kenosha. They did it in Chicago. They've done it everywhere.
Everywhere, and you won't accept that, but you expect us to accept this. Okay. And that's why I do laugh at some of that because I'm like, well, what do you mean? Because the other side did it. I mean,
Right, right. Well,
are
so
you
there's
really trying to tell me two wrongs make a right?
Lou, the hypocrisy that's going on the left side. So there's people like you and me who are just normal people who see something happen and then we form an opinion about it based on the facts that are readily
Right,
available to anyone, right? There's
right.
nothing's being hidden. This isn't 1955 where,
Not a goddamn thing.
Chicago police are beating protesters in Chicago. No, we all
Right,
know what happened, right? And we've all known what's happened for the past since April
no.
or May, since
Oh,
the
at least.
racial and civil unrest. We've all seen what the fuck
Oh,
happens. And for the last
yeah.
6 months, people on the right have been going, "Holy fucking shit! These fucking liberals are burning down
Right.
their own fucking neighborhoods and their own fucking cities. What the fuck? These people are. Why isn't anybody being arrested?" And now we see it happening on the other side. And then you see the liberals going, "Why the fuck weren't all these motherfuckers arrested?" Motherfucker, you want to defund the police. Do we need to go back in your Facebook feed from last week to see your argument
Hey,
about defunding the fucking police? You fucking idiot.
that's what I say. It's like it was just funny to step back and watch it because both sides, it was just like, wait a minute. It's like when you see a boxer, both boxers hit each other at the same fucking time, and they both knock the fuck each other out. I mean, it's like you're just looking at it like, or instead of hitting each other, just keep swinging and missing, and just keep trying to turn around and say the other one's doing this and the other one's doing that when they're
The lack of self-awareness from both sides. So
mm,
here's the thing. Like people say, shit, like we're so divided right now. I don't believe that's true. I do not believe that's true. I
mm,
believe that there's most people like you and me and our fair listeners who are just
right, right,
normal people who maybe have political leanings one way or the other, but if you go into a grocery store and some guy's wearing a Trump 2020 hat or a Joe Biden Build Back Better
mm,
t-shirt, they're not going to punch those people in the face, right?
no.
They're just normal people. Like, hey man, I just need to get over here and get some Doritos.
Can I grab
Excuse
some
me.
bread behind you? I'm on your left, motherfucker. On your left. Yeah, as you walk about. Exactly.
And then there's
Exactly.
these fucking shrieking, and this is the thing about
Uh,
social media, dude, is that you see people that we know, like people that we love, people that are friends of ours, people we've known forever. You see them, they have like, they're walking around with undiagnosed mental problems. And you
just
see them just
craziness.
regurgitate their craziness on Facebook. Like, hey, dummies, no, you don't have anything to say about BLM. It's like, why are you calling everybody a dummy? Like,
Uh, yeah, exactly. Like,
I'm sorry, just because BLM did it and now these fucking crazy conservative people are doing it, that don't make it right. Like you said, two wrongs don't make it right. And the rest of us are looking at all y'all and wondering what the fuck your problem is.
thank you. That's that's it too. Because I was turned to my wife and I said, "Look, they're mad about the, they were mad about BLM. All right, so they had it right because they didn't see the shit going on. So guess what?
Right.
They fucking learned and just said, all right, we're gonna sit back. We'll fucking go through the video, arrest your asses, and come out the woodworks because Trump said, you fuck with anything federal, you got 10 years, da 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 da. And now it's being
When the looting starts, the shooting starts.
starts
Our
exactly.
president.
And again, shooting did occur, and this is what I even pointed out then because I said, "What do you mean?" Even when you could see the riot going,
Yeah.
and then it said somebody was shot, and I turned to my wife. I'm like, "See, there's a difference also there, because in a Black Lives Matter protest, first of all, somebody gets shot, every motherfucker is scattering like bugs when you turn on the fucking light. There ain't no god ands ifs or buts. And second of all, it wouldn't have just been one shot. It would have been
So
baby.
let's frame what you're saying. So when that
Mm-hmm.
woman was shot in the Capitol building, people ran to her aid instead of
Yes,
at a Black Lives Matter protest when someone gets
a
shot,
lot of them,
everybody
a
fucking
lot of them
runs
were
the opposite way.
was break. A lot of them you see, yes, have breaking camp to get away and this and that. Don't get me wrong. There's a few of them that stay around and grab it and this and that. But yes, but I'm
Never
also
grab a gun.
referring to no,
Never
no,
grab a
never. I
gun.
mean, grab the person, pull them to the side. But you know, with yeah, just grab them, pull them to the side. We see that. But when the woman was shot, I was like, wait a minute, this is what the other side asked for in July, said should happen if they break
Yeah.
into the
Yep.
Capitol building.
Yep.
So they did, and they
Yep.
said bang, and now you come,
Yep.
and I'm just like going, well, you got
And
what you asked for.
yeah, and you did, and more people should have been shot. I don't know
I
what the here's one thing that's unifying all of these bits of uh, uh, protesting, civil unrest, all that. Here's the one
showing
thing that
the
unifying it is fucking
Mhm.
dumbass cops showing up and not doing anything, right? Because
Ah,
they let Santa Monica fucking burn. They let Portland
yeah,
fucking burn. They let San Francisco fucking burn.
out
They let New York fucking burn. And now
burn.
they let the Capitol building burn. And people from the left are going, well, why didn't they arrest more people? Why didn't they
Yeah,
shoot more people? It's like, they didn't shoot people before and they're not doing it now. Like, the cops are in the business of body counts. Like, as much
they're not.
guilt as you want to put on cops, they don't want to shoot somebody. They have to
No.
go home and go to sleep after that.
And most of the times the cops show up after the shit has been done. After somebody done robbed you, after that somebody does the shooting. They show up usually after that point. You know? So the point
The
in between,
the complete disconnect that both the left and the right, these people we're talking about. So let me
right,
frame it for our listeners is that these extreme hysterical people on Facebook and Twitter, and I'm sure that you know people in your own family, listeners, and we know
mm,
people in our own circle who are just shriekers about some kind of perceived evil, right?
yes,
The thing
yes,
is
yes,
like their understanding of law and order, law enforcement, and uh, where what is it
the lines are
right what the your line of free speech ends where your fist meets my nose or something like that. I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember the exact. These people
Oh yeah.
are so out of touch with the reality, with common fucking decency.
Right. I mean,
And
you just look at them and you're like, just you're, and this is why sometimes like people get mad even at me because when I bring that shit up, I'm just like, look, you can't say this and then turn around and be mad about this. I mean,
yeah,
that's
you
basically
can't show up at a protest, scream in a cop's face that he's a racist murderer, and then expect that cop to show up tomorrow to shoot your enemy. And that's another thing. If you think that these people are your enemy, you need to lock yourself in a room for a long time. We're all Americans here. And if you think someone who has a different political leaning than you is your enemy, god damn it, how are we
you
ever
don't
gonna
know.
unite?
Yeah, exactly. You don't know this country. I mean, that's what we're all built on, and that's and when we talk about it, that's why when I wrote on that Facebook page, hey, Twitter and all that is a private company, so he's not really getting his uh, First Amendment infringed upon. Just to say, hey, and you came back with what you did, and I was laughing. I was like, yes, that's. I was trying to catch a motherfucker so I could say something like that, like, hey,
Yeah, you were being
y'all
too
were.
clever, and I expected you just to
Uh,
be retarded. I'm sorry. You were being
uh,
too.
uh, I was like, I even wrote you. I was like, I got you. Because that was the biggest thing. It's like I'm seeing that they say that, and then when it gets cut, then they're saying no, and I'm like, but wait a minute now. Remember, I don't have to make a cake that has nothing but ball sacks and dicks on it, for a gay wedding because I do. I mean, it's just like
That would be
you
that would be Jeffrey P. Lewis's birthday. Everyone.
send the cakes, goddamn it, send the cakes. I will eat them happily. And I like them with heavy cream up on them, whipped cream. But yeah.
The cream of some young guy.
No. Nasty motherfucker. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this whole time, especially that Wednesday, it just was. I was looking at him and I just kept laughing, like going, and these motherfuckers are gonna say, "What about?" or they didn't do this, and it's like, but you were the one. And yeah, I just sit there and just kept cracking up. My favorite part is that they're putting a lot of that shit. Like, well, they shouldn't be able to fly ever again. They were saying that in January. So we just saw like last week, a
Yeah.
motherfucker that raided the building was crying in the airport because he can't get on the plane. And you're like, motherfucker, this is what you call for, and they decide to say, hey, you know what? That's
Yep.
right. So when the next protest comes up, we'll do this. It just so happens the next protest was y'all motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing a skewed application of justice right now because
yes.
the people in, say, I love to pick on Portland because I went to school there, I lived there. Fuck Portland.
Mm,
Um,
there you go.
a great place to visit.
That,
Don't live there. Uh, that all the people who, there's somebody that slapped the mayor at a restaurant.
like
they set fire to his condominium building where 20, 30 other families live. These people did not go to jail. These people, they were identified, but they didn't go to jail. The people that did go to
Oh,
jail, they have a fund for bail, and those people are out. They're out on fucking bail.
And what you just said, that's why you know why Rittenhouse is out on fucking bail. Okay.
I
Uh,
mean,
uh,
if that's what the application of justice is, then he should be out on bail.
yeah,
This is
exactly.
this is the thing
Exactly.
is like Trump says I'm a law and order president, which is bullshit because that's what Bush said.
Yeah.
But if we're a country of laws, which I believe that we are, motherfuckers,
Mhm.
if you break them, then you should be punished for them, right?
Right. Right. Right.
And conversely, because I can hear people right now saying, "But wait a second, you guys smoke weed." Conversely, most of the country wants weed legalized, right? This is a
Right.
will
Right.
of the people thing. So if we
Exactly.
decide as a collective group of Americans that it's no longer illegal to smash public buildings, okay, if that's what we want to decide, but I think that we're going to have a tough go of that. I don't think
Yeah.
you're going to get a
Yeah. Because
lot of people. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a lot of people interested in signing on board that because now we see what both sides do, right? Because before it was just like, well, these fucking liberals, and now we say, well, now it's conservatives too, and
yeah.
that's the
Exactly.
and that's the thing about conservatives. They don't have a fucking original idea in their heads. Liberals in 2016 complained the election was stolen. It was stolen from us in 2016. It was
Hmm.
the election was illegitimate. Donald Trump is not my president. So now we see in 2020, the Republicans say the election was stolen from us. Biden is illegitimate. There was, Russia hacked the election, whatever. They
Kind of.
just
Yes.
follow suit. All summer long, we see liberals burning down liberal cities. And now conservatives
Mhm.
go, well, hey, that looks like fun. Let's do that too. This is the thing is that if if you're a person who has genuine concern, love, respect, whatever words you want to use for your fellow man, you don't want to be out in the streets burning. The fucking thing
No.
is, dude,
No.
you
No.
saw a
No.
cop getting beaten over the head with from a dude that was holding a blue, what is it
Right.
called? The Blue Lives Matter or the
Lives
Thin
matter.
Blue Line
Yeah.
American flag. They were kicking his fucking ass. That's a cop.
I
That's
mean,
a
he had
cop.
splinters through his ass cheeks. They were kicking his ass, and I was
Like,
just,
cop.
they sure were. And then I love like right before that because I was watching on the whatever they were showing the replay. They were showing on one side of the fucking Capitol building. People were like, "Hey, you know what? We really like you guys. We're with the cops. We're blue. Just stand over there. We promise we won't do nothing." I mean, they even had it. Did you see the picture where they break in and the motherfuckers stay with inside the rope?
Yep.
Only a couple of them. I was like, those are not some peaceful protesters. Maybe they're gonna
Mostly
show it right. They
peaceful.
should. I was like, yeah. And then all of a sudden we went around the corner. I'm like, holy shit, motherfuckers are breaking glass. But it just
Stealing
showed
Nancy
beautiful.
Pelosi's mail.
Oh, that's
Stealing
beautiful.
AOC's shoes.
I'm
You
telling you, they
some
have no idea.
sick motherfuckers.
Yes, they have no idea what kind of charges they're going to be brought up on. Stealing
These
mail.
people are
That
going to
goes
be
postal.
buried under the jail. You're going to know what it's
Mm-hmm.
like to be black. All those white folks are going to know what it's like to be black in America in a heartbeat
And
because the feds
just
don't fucking play.
yeah. They won't. They won't. Especially if you got video, they're just like, here, you got video. All right.
They
So if you want to take
posted it
this
on
route,
their own Facebook, that fucking realtor from Texas. She was
oh, the
like,
woman
now
that took
we're
that property.
we're
Yeah.
now we're about ready to storm the Capitol. We're gonna burn this shit down. And then the next day she's like, oh shit, I've been totally
Yeah.
canceled. I'm up on federal charges. I didn't realize. I'm so sorry. I didn't. No, bitch.
No.
It's too
Uh-uh.
late.
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
You
You
said
go.
to all those black folk, all those people of color, oh, you made that mistake. Now it's time to fucking
But
get out the
hey,
shovels and dig. Now
that's
you're
what. There you
now
go.
you're digging.
Yep,
Now
you
you're
got that
digging.
hole. You dug. Yep. All I heard is you dig your own holes. Well, you sure the fuck did. I mean, and everybody suffered from that action.
Yeah.
And again, that's when we look at them and we're like, well, okay, you're right. We can
Yeah.
leave that for another day. Is it applied equally? But guess what? Everybody was tired of a fucking riot. Everybody was.
So
They
let me
just
ask
didn't
you
throw fucking tear gas and rubber bullets at them. And what you got?
so let me ask you this. So I have some reservations about this very nice marijuana bud that I'm about ready to smoke. Oh, can
Oh, that's what we're about
that
to do.
nice
That
bud?
what
Yeah.
you like? Oh,
I should be
that
like an
does.
Instagram influencer with that shit. Uh,
Oh shit! Oh shit! Nothing. Yeah, you mentioned Instagram. I was just thinking. What's
I
going
have
on?
some
Sorry.
reservations about what. So let me ask you this. I'll say my 2 cents, and I do
Okay.
still want to talk about Jacob Blake just a little bit, just to touch on that because we have
Okay.
shit on Kenosha and the
Uh.
events that happened there. So I do want to revisit that. But what's
Mhm.
your opinion, Lou, about now Trump, the sitting president of the United States, the most powerful man ever in the history of the world, can now no longer be on Twitter, on Facebook, fucking Snapchat banned him. Snapchat.
Mm.
This is a place where 13-year-old girls go to make horrific mistakes.
Oof. Oof. Yeah.
Snapchat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I. Well, I
should
guess it just
what
has
do
to
you
do with.
what do
Uh-huh.
you think? Should these tech companies should they be able to wield that kind of power where they can effectively silence the president of the United States? And I know that the president of the United States can call ABC or Fox or whatever and get on TV at any time he wants. So
Right. Right.
I'm just saying effectively silencing because if they can do that to the president, an elected president, he is the
Mm.
president. If they
That
can
he
do
is.
that to him, what can they do to you and me?
Right. And silencing wise. Right. Right.
Right.
And I had been thinking about it too. This whole time, and it's just hard because again, which they'll revert back, and this goes to again like I guess we can partially get into the subject of it not being evenly spread on the bread or spread across the board, however you'd want to think about it,
Man, you
because
can butter my biscuit.
I'm not the baker man. I'm the baker man's son. I'll warm your buns till the baker man comes. Goddamn it! Oh yeah, but
Oh,
I do like buns. There ain't no fucking lie
yeah.
about that. But
There's, you know what?
but
You think
still,
you're the funniest person in the world.
oh, shit, I crack my shit self up all the time.
All
But
the
that's
time.
one thing I'm gonna miss when I'm dead is my humor. Goddamn it, shit. I'll tell you that now. Oh, oh, but with old monkey ass, I mean, like I said, they did have a rule. They do have rules, and there's that
They do.
Facebook jail whittle, and they, if you break those, which I guess he has, because for me, I think he did incite the riots.
He
I
threatened
did.
nuclear war back in like 2017.
Hey, I thought he should have been banned a long time ago. I think they should have even kept that away because I, I didn't like the way it was portraying and making America look like the White House and having a fucking stable motherfucker in there. But
Well,
um,
we all knew what we signed up for,
oh
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, exactly. We all did it. I felt like one of them old hillbillies sitting on the porch drinking some moonshine, going, "Well," as you see the mushroom cloud just even getting bigger and bigger. I mean, we knew, but again, I think yes, I think it needed to be shut down, because he
You
was
do.
sending out lies, and yeah, I think he was just. I mean, what happened on our Capitol, just I think it just shows that yes,
Do you think that
that
he's responsible for what happened at the Capitol last week?
do I think his speech, I say yes. I think he knew 100% what he was doing. I really do believe he did. I mean, even though he threw in that one time only
I just
of
smoked a lot of weed.
he, uh, he's, I like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I
I'm
don't,
heating my packs up and talk, goddamn it. I love it.
so you
Um,
think that at the Stop the Steal rally, he incited uh, his followers, his Trump supporters, to break into the Capitol building, steal AOC shoes, take selfies in the House chamber, and beat cops with fire extinguishers. You think that that's what he
I
did?
think he wanted him to go in and break windows and doors and
He told them to
march
go
loudly
home. He told them to go
after
home. No, no, during the
after.
speech, he's like, I know you're going to do it. You're going to be very peaceful. We need to be powerful. We need to show power.
He only said peace for
Anyway,
once.
I'm tired. Let's all go home, is what he said.
Oh, mm, oh my
This
God.
is
Well,
and
okay.
here's the thing is that these motherfuckers didn't listen to him. And that's what people are like, well, Trump is the influence. Trump is they didn't listen to him. They went and
Well,
fucking
but that's the
busted.
thing. How about the ones that were leaving? Like, did you watch the his speech? Excuse me, because I
Parts of
know
it.
I don't. I think
Parts of it.
they were only doing it on Fox, and I was watching. I was watching the people in the crowd because again that was one of his biggest thing. And as he spoke, as it got closer and closer to the time, people started leaving that, so they missed
Exactly.
that
Exactly. They
last
weren't
part of
listening.
that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't
And
listening to him. They're
and
like,
they were doing just
yeah.
they listened to him. They didn't get the. I know what you. I know. Then that's when we start throwing up the ooh, ooh, but because really they did what he was asked in the beginning. They went up there to stop it as it was going on, and
Well,
again, that's what he wanted. And
I'm going to play
and
devil's
they were saying,
advocate and just say
"Oh, please
he
do."
didn't he didn't say punch cops, uh, beat cops with fire extinguishers, break in, smash windows. He didn't say that.
Hmm.
Um, but you know, he did say, "Let's go march down there and show them strength. We can't take our country back by being weak. We need to be strong." And so I can definitely
Hmm.
see how idiots, because that's the thing, these are all idiots, right? These are idiots.
Right.
Where is Ivanka? Where's Jared? Where's Trump Jr.? Are they there? Are they leading the charge? No, they're not. They're not. They're in fucking Kennebunkport or, wherever the Martha's fucking Vineyard. They're not there. So saying
They're
like
not there
Trump is doing this, these are fucking rubes who've been fucking conned.
by Trump himself, who
Yeah, for
knows
sure.
how.
For not just Trump, Q, all his kids, Giuliani,
Yes.
fucking this goddamn motherfucker who has the same name as me. I should go kick that motherfucker's ass. The senator from Missouri, Hawley. This
Oh,
motherfucking asshole. We talked about him in the last show because I said there's no consequences for these people to say things like that. And boy, did they prove me wrong.
oh,
Boy, did they prove me wrong. Oh, there's
I
just
don't know who they're handing their beers to,
several
but they're
thousand
whoever they handed
people,
to had.
and this motherfucker still wants to say, well, I'm just doing it because Pennsylvania fucked up. Pennsylvania fucked up. Go fuck yourself. You're from Missouri.
I,
Don't
exactly. That's when you
Missouri
start.
doesn't get to lecture anybody on anything.
Not a goddamn thing. Most of them, and that's when you look at them, you're like, wait a minute, how the fuck are you gonna tell a state they can't do something like this? What the what the fuck?
But the
Like
thing is,
after.
like, do you not remember that there's a fucking pandemic going on right now? Yes, the voting things changed because of that, you fucking idiot. And here's the thing, and I've even heard like prominent people saying, well, of course there's voter fraud. There's always voter fraud. Let me tell you something. There's not always voter fraud. This is what voter fraud is. Voter fraud is I don't know where my polling station is, so I go forgetting that I voted by mail, vote provisionally at another polling station, and now I have two votes out. That's what voter
There you
fraud
go.
is. That's the
There you
quote unquote fraud. No, it's someone who, like me, who smokes too much pot, forget that I sent my mail in ballot, forget where my
right.
polling station is, and show up at the community college to vote. That's what voter fraud is. It's just some confused individual.
Motherfucker. That's it.
This
That's
isn't
all. That's it.
this isn't like rooms full of Asian people voting for who's the fucking mayor that died of San Francisco before London Breed?
Oh, Ed
Ed
Lee.
Lee.
Ed Lee.
Remember they were saying there's
Yeah.
just like in Chinatown, there's just rooms full of old Asian ladies stuffing ballot boxes. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe. Or maybe it's just because San Francisco is mostly Chinese and that's why the guy won.
Hey, exactly. I mean, it's been going that way for years for people who are Caucasian. I mean, that's all I can say is like, hey, now it's going the other way. And also, I can say that's when you start to realize certain things in the world are going to the equal side. Because when the other side has, some shit that for the longest of
Yeah.
time, all of a sudden when they start to lose their shit, they're like, wait a minute, wait, well, da 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 da, 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 and you're like, well, wait a minute, motherfucker, yeah,
You
and
know,
that's, I mean,
I really feel like this is just numbnut conservatives taking a play out of idiot fucking liberals from 20. The election was stolen. Russia
uh,
Russia confused us so that we didn't know
right,
who to vote for. Trump is illegitimate. Fucking Hillary, goddamn, she killed
yeah,
me.
yeah, that's some good
She
whiskey, yeah.
said, she said he was an illegitimate president. She said she was the losing candidate. What's Trump saying now? Biden is illegitimate. He's not the president. He won. Trump won by a landslide. He won by
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
landslide, everybody. Let that sink in. He won by a landslide in the
Yeah.
in the greatest voter turnout of any presidential election by a fucking long shot. Fucking Obama, did Obama get that? No. Hope
Nope.
and change can suck a dick.
Mm-hmm. A bag of them. Goddamn.
Uh, and a man who is so old and so senile that he doesn't even know where he is got
Right.
the most votes by a shit ton of any candidate ever.
Oh,
The
no.
guy who authored the 94 crime bill, which sent more black people to jail, which
Mm,
fractured more black communities, which whose impact
yeah.
is still felt in most African
Today.
American communities of color. Three strikes you're
Yes.
out.
And his vice
Laughs
presidential pick.
about sending people of color to jail. Laughs about it on camera.
Right. The thing. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like we're watching the Democrats morph into the Republicans, and the Republicans are morphing into the Democrats because it's just like it just seems like wouldn't you
I
want
wish
those two that are
I
hard
wish
fucking
somebody
grinders?
I wish somebody would morph into a fucking Power Ranger and save us from this fucking insanity. It's fucking
Riding on
morphin'
a
time.
fucking. I mean, shit, it is. It is. I mean, it's just it's the time that we're living in. I mean, we can't. I mean,
The,
that's
the
why the
thing
aliens haven't come yet.
the thing is that right now we have more information at our fingertips, more true information at our fingertips, and yet we choose to fall down the rabbit hole of lies, whether it's fucking
Yeah.
Q, whether it's Russian collusion, whether it's mostly peaceful protest. everywhere you go, there's fucking gaslighting. People telling you things that you see with your own eyes aren't true.
Right. Right.
I have
It's everywhere.
have
It's
an
from there.
iPhone. I can learn whatever it is that I need to learn. If I have
I,
a question like, you know, where was Betty White born? I can find out in a heartbeat. Yet
happy birthday. Happy
someone
birthday. Yeah.
someone close to me will try to convince me that Donald J. Trump is fighting a a hidden war against global pedophiles. And here's the
I
other
know.
thing about that. Here's the really hilarious thing about that is how the liberals have have turned that into there's no child trafficking going on at all ever.
Oh, yeah. They
If
hop
you
back.
say that you're concerned about child trafficking, you become a Q supporter. The liberals have made sure to label anyone who's concerned about child trafficking, kids, children,
I
babies,
know,
somebody's baby.
baby. And I've
If
looked at
you are
them.
concerned about trafficking or any kind of like, God forbid, some kind of disgusting rapist or whatever, if you're concerned about
Right.
that, no, you're just into Q. There, that doesn't happen. Bullshit. It doesn't happen. Both things can also be true. Like these QAnon people
At
are
all times.
insane, but
Yes. And there
cargo
is
ships
human
of containers of people from Laos still come over here for
still. Yeah. We don't get
Jeffrey
them all.
Epstein had Fuck Island.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I like that. And then they're like, Clinton, Clinton, Clinton. And you're like, yeah, I know, but there is a picture of your boy. Well, he stopped being friends with him. Da da da. Um, Maybe it was because he wasn't going to loan him any more money. Motherfuckers, you see, yours did it, but you got to say,
26 times. He flew with Jeffrey Epstein in his private jet 26 fucking times.
yeah,
Have
yeah,
you ever flown with someone 26 times?
yeah.
I've been married for 15 years. I haven't flown with my wife 26 times.
I'm about to say neither have I. No, no. So you see that shit right there, right? It's just, you're just trying to get motherfuckers to just fucking go out and fucking read both sides, not just one. Because when you're sitting there going, but well, did you look into it? No, because
Yeah.
which everybody, and you're just like, well, dude, how do you figure it out? Like,
Well, the thing
I
is that both sides have made it exceedingly a more egregious sin to look at both sides, like because you see it
yeah,
on your friends, our friends who post ridiculous things on Facebook, like, "See, I told you that
yeah,
these people they're obviously Nazis, and all the people who said that this wasn't going to be a coup, I want to know who you are right now because I'm going to call you out." It's like, no, actually,
no,
none of that happened.
yeah,
There was some
yeah,
violence at the Capitol. It wasn't good. No one's saying it wasn't good, but there was no insurrection. There was no coup. It was just a bunch of fucking morons stealing shoes and mail and and
and laughing,
posting selfies and going Facebook Live. Like, it's like the
you know,
criminal. You remember in the early days of Instagram when
right?
this was back when like weed was illegal everywhere, and you'd see
Oh, that's right.
motherfuckers with
Okay, yeah,
stacks of money and weed and
yeah,
handguns, and they just be like,
uh,
"Fuck yeah," West Side Riders, and then these all motherfuckers
yeah.
just started getting arrested, and you're like, "Motherfucker, you just advertised the fact that you're a criminal."
Oh, as soon as I see that on Facebook, I mean Instagram, I'd be like, all right, let me click it. Oh, all right, you're on the south side of Detroit. You're with the call game. Oh, okay. Like if I'm doing this, you damn no popo's like, what? Oh shit, Latrell. Okay, let's go
Right.
get this motherfucker. You're right over
Well,
there.
so people now have been leaving uh, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Instagrams, the Snapchats, if anyone still uses Snapchat, of the world to go onto these encrypted platforms like Signal. I use Signal. WhatsApp. I do use WhatsApp, not very much. Telegram and Parler, which is now banned. You
Parlor
can't even
and how?
you can't even
Yeah,
download it from Google Play. You can go
Oh,
on Twitter and see porn. You can see some lady taking two dicks in her mouth
oh,
all the way,
Twitter.
but you can't
Oh,
see some
girl,
guy
girl.
Yahoo
Right.
who broke some windows at the Capitol. He's banned.
We're
Talk
spreading
about
lies. We're
sex
breaking a
trafficking.
window. Yeah. A
The
girl
president
blowing
of
up
the
two
United
dicks at
States
one
is
time.
not allowed on Twitter, but you can see anal on Twitter.
Yeah. Visit
So
Twitter.
who's you don't follow the right accounts, I guess. But
I see what
so
you're saying.
holler at me with those terms of service anyway. But so the
Right.
people have been
Right.
moving away from these platforms, and I applaud them. You should not be if you're posting true fringe stuff about yourself. You should rapidly leave Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you're
Yeah.
saying,
It's not
"Hey,
the early
man,"
days of this shit anymore. You know.
yeah,
You know. That's.
because there's a news article this morning in the Washington, I think it's in the Washington Post, that said these are from quotes from local law enforcement. Well, now that they're not on
Uh,
Facebook and we can't follow them anymore, it used to be really easy
uh,
to track people because all we had to do was go to Facebook. This is the
yeah.
police that are saying this. So, my advice to any American, get the fuck off of Facebook. And if you're on Facebook, don't tell them what the fuck you're doing, where the fuck
And,
you are, and definitely never go Facebook Live as you're about ready to break into Nancy Pelosi's
oh,
office.
okay, yeah. I don't. What's the phrase now? I don't know who needs to hear this, but listen
I
to
don't
my.
know who needs to hear this, but your turkey needs to come out of the freezer. Thanksgiving's in
Yeah,
3 days, motherfucker.
exactly. You done lost your fucking mind. That's true. That's true.
I,
Oh,
I don't know
oh,
who's dumber. So part of it is like we should be able to say what we say as long as it's not illegal. You shouldn't have cops show up at your house. But we know for a fact
mm,
that there's people from Thanksgiving, from Christmas, from New Year's who posted photos on their Facebook or Instagram or Twitter feed of them with
mm.
9 people when you're only supposed to have 7 in your house, and the cops show up. How many articles did you see around the holidays? Cops showing up to arrest people who are at their mom's house for Christmas.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so
I mean,
the thing
I,
that
I, it,
that that I really have a problem with is how liberals are letting this happen because it's happening to people they don't like.
there you
It's
go.
good. The shoe is going to be on the other foot. You know,
It
you're going to
always,
have
yeah,
that wrong think. You're going to think, in 4 years when Josh Hawley is now our president and he's claiming that we need to nuke fucking India for some reason,
uh, right.
and you say we shouldn't, and the police come and show up at your house because that's insurrection. You're saying that the president can't say what he said? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
Kathy Griffin chopped the head off Trump on Twitter.
right,
She
right.
still has a Twitter account.
Yeah, but her career sucks. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying is like it's never applied fucking smoothly and evenly
It
across the
never
fucking
will be. You're
board.
right. Yeah, it
And,
never will
and
be.
right, and the only way that that you even get to say anything is you just get to say, okay, here's the past shit you said,
Yeah.
and now you got to stand up for it. And then
Yep.
when you look at me and say, well, oh well, which both sides do, then what do you want? I mean, like it just I just want to kick a motherfucker in the shin. Like what motherfucker? I mean, and then it keeps going back and forth, and you're just like, okay, motherfuckers, can we? Somebody
Well,
please vote.
don't blame me. I voted for Jill Stein, motherfuckers. So,
I know I love yes, but I go Joe.
so who would have been a fucking better president? Go all the people that shitted on us in 2016?
Hey, thank you.
I'm sorry, she's a medical doctor. We had a pandemic. Who the fuck do you think would have been better equipped to handle this than Jill Stein?
Exactly.
We've got a
Y'all can go
couple of
suck
fucking
dick.
Nostradamuses up in this motherfucker. We
I'm
Lou and
saying
I saw
suck,
all that shit coming. Oh,
saw it. Suck a
racial
dick.
unrest, motherfucker. The
Oh,
vice
saw it.
president is a black guy with dreads and has a weird name.
Oh, executive order first day, boy. You know everything.
Come
See,
on.
they didn't. They don't listen to us, my brother. They
A,
don't
a,
listen. They
a
don't
white
know.
woman and a black dude in the White House. We were there.
That just seems so natural.
And we have like some spin-off shows like Jungle Fever 2,
the
uh, the West Wing edition.
White House. Uh, oh, oh, that's good. That's a good one. Well,
And Jill
hey,
Stein
shit.
would be all like, "Do you want to come up in my White House?"
Every indoor window you can think of. Ooh, did she just say what? He's in the kitchen in a do rag, walking through with a cigarette.
He's got a Newport hanging out of his lip.
Was it like that movie
He's
in Baby
frying up.
Boy?
Yeah, no, he's frying up chitlins. He's looking for the hot sauce.
Naked.
He has on a do rag, a wife beater, and pineapple boxer shorts that don't fit right,
Oh,
and black
oh,
socks.
damn. Now you're gonna say flip flops to just match it all up, or just straight socks?
I was going to say slides. Yes, slides.
Slide. I'm sorry. Oh, I need to refresh up on my Ubonics and all that. But slides. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, that'd be fucking hilarious. Yes, but hey, they didn't want to go our route,
How
and now look.
unified as a country would we be right now?
I'd say
How
cozy as fuck.
we'd be like a bunch of bed bugs in a bed.
Oh man, just chill it. That was, yeah. Everything be legalized. You go, Joe. We
Well,
still carry the torch.
well, well, that's the thing. Is like so Biden's like agenda for the first 100 days. Nothing about cannabis.
Mm,
Where's the greatest injustice happening right now in the United States? Is the fucking drug war
hmm
imprisoning brown and black people to this day. We got
I
I live in a state where we fucking legalized the fuck out of weed and our governor is suing us. Our governor is suing us
what
because
the people
one sheriff in some shithole town uh, under
right?
her direction, she called this motherfucker. Nobody else would do it. This motherfucker in this podunk town said, "Oh, I'll do it." But
What? Do you,
the thing is that
right?
there's no, they don't have a recourse because they did it the 100% the right way because they knew this was going to happen in South Dakota because uh, 2 years ago or 4 years ago, they had an amendment that was an anti-corruption amendment. Basically, like stop taking money from private businesses, motherfuckers.
Mm,
And then
okay.
it got elected or voted into law, and the legislature promptly said, "Nah, we don't agree with that. Fuck you," and turned it over and threw it in the garbage. The only way in the
What?
state of South Dakota to make something a law is to make it part of the South Dakota's constitution, which we did when we legalized weed.
Damn.
Deuces. You can't sue the
That's how you.
Constitution. You can't sue the Constitution. And so that's what we did.
Nah.
And the governor is all pissed. But she's a rancher, right? So, like, once our farmers, our soybean farmers and our corn farmers, once these motherfuckers are growing hemp, these motherfuckers are going to tell this bitch to suck all the dicks in South Dakota.
I, hey, you haven't. We've been saying this since we've gotten on. that as soon as they start getting a taste, a little sip of what money they can make,
But
everything's going out the fucking window.
just with hemp, dude, think about it. If we buy in America, we buy all of our hemp from either Canada or possibly China,
Mm,
India,
damn. Right.
Vietnam,
But so we fucking
somewhere.
sourced it out.
Yeah, so like, you go into Target, you can buy fucking hemp shampoo and hemp face lotion and
Yeah.
hemp hand sanitizer and hemp,
Ethan Wilson,
soap on a
yeah.
rope. All that shit comes from somewhere else. We should be growing that. Our
Right.
the United States, the South Dakotas, the Kansases, the Nebraskas, the Iowas, all these this is where we
Mhm.
grow shit. This is where we
Right.
grow those kinds of crops.
And
Like
it can bring it all back. That's a whole new type of industry that not only
there's
is making billions, but you could make even more than that. More.
and
I
not
mean,
just that, is that we know how to make plastic, quote unquote plastic, not real plastic, out of
right.
hemp. We know how
Yes.
to build fibers that will last 100 times longer than cotton out of
Boom.
hemp. Uh,
Boom.
we know that hemp seed and hemp oils are not only a good product for our skin, but also for our bodies.
Everything.
Just hemp. We're
Well,
not even talking about fucking blazing trees,
nope. Oh,
which,
you're
by the
talking about
way,
something
we
that can. Oh,
blaze trees, but
oh yes.
we're not even talking
Each and
about that.
every. No, no. And
Instead,
and
here,
and what we're talking about, yeah.
instead here we fucking grow soybeans by the square
Uh,
fucking mile. Soybeans. Dude, I never had been to a place where it's just mile after mile after mile of soybean. And I'm like
Philippines.
driving through
Yeah.
here in the summer and I'm like, doll, what is this stuff? Kids, do you know what that plant is? We're all like, no, no, no. And then come to find out, soybean is one of the ugliest, shittiest fucking plants on the planet. We
Oh
could be
damn.
growing fucking just big ass trees
Right. Damn.
growing soybeans. I bet you that
Soybeans for nothing.
hemp oil probably
Right.
way better to cook with than soybean oil.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have any of the properties, right, of the CBD or the, I guess, those
Well, I
shit that
think it
make you
has
go,
C.
dude.
I think it has CBD in it, but that's another
Okay.
law in South Dakota. It's legal currently to buy CBD, but it has to be sourced from something other than the cannabis plant.
Damn.
So, like, I guess according to a woman down at the food co-op, says that oranges make CBD, so you can get it from like citrus. I don't think
Uh.
that's true. I just said, look, they're using cannabis. They're just not telling you.
Yeah. Son, 'cause, them rhymes don't be tasting all that good, goddamn it, son. No. But again, like we keep saying, I mean, you open it up, that's the industry that, I mean, that's billions of dollars. I mean, they already have ex senators, congressmen that are into even with just having their marijuana farms and
Because
shit that
that's,
were Republican,
look,
but they
this
know
is
where the
the
money is.
new, it's the new gold rush. If you can do it
Hmm?
right, I mean, there's a lot of people, just like the gold rush, San Francisco, there's a lot of people who lost their shirts, had no money left, died in a gold field, fighting over,
Yeah,
dust or something.
definitely. Yeah,
But for every
yeah.
one of those, there's someone from fucking Levi's or, uh, who's the dude who owned the hardware store that made fucking millions? Was that fucking Sutter? Anyway,
Uh, yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of money to be made. People want to smoke weed
There,
and they want to smoke fucking good weed and they'll pay you a
there.
lot of money.
They will. I got what down the street that opened up cookies.
But
You
that
see their
fucking
logo
shit
all
is
day.
fucking ridiculous,
I,
man.
I, bro, I know. I'm just like looking at it
And
because cookies is here, and right down the street, there is the Popo station, just right down the street. Every now and
the
then, I just walk down the Marble.
the cookies thing to me, like, if you listen to this podcast for long enough, you know that cookies is probably my favorite strain of weed, next to probably like a lemon, citrusy Kush.
Mhm.
I like sweet cannabis. I don't. I like that the best. We'll say
Right, right.
cookies. Probably one of the best strains of weed ever made. But it's like fucking McDonald's now.
Yeah.
It's you're getting a Big Mac when you get cookies.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that with a few of them. It's like with that with cookies or whatever purple Urkel or whatever the first one. Because remember,
Gorilla
like I guess
Glue #4.
yeah, yeah, and it was like through the early 2000s or whatever when purple was in. Oh, I mean, I even knew a couple of fools like if it ain't purple, I ain't puffing. Like, wait, what, motherfucker? You dumbass motherfucker. I mean, and
Who
everybody
in
started.
the world would have said that? What kind of moron said
Oh,
that?
I meant it. Some of them motherfuckers off a third, you know. So, and
Man,
I laughed because
I lived on Third Street too. I
yes,
lived on Third
yes, you
Street too.
did. Yes, you did. And it was a mutual friend of ours who you do know that when he was taking, I was like, hey, got this. Don't want to take it back there. Then, oh, they only want purple. I'm like, what? They only want purple. What kind of, but I don't think that's a connoisseur to tell you the truth. But hey, that's just me. I smoke.
Remember back in the day, like before the purple, it was white.
Oh,
Remember? It was
yeah,
white. Like back in the
yeah,
90s, if you had the shit, it was white.
crystally. Yeah. Oh God, that tastes that's bad.
Northern Lights, White
Or
Widow,
that
uh
was train
what
wreck
was
up
it?
in there too.
No, White Rhino.
Oh yeah.
Trainwreck came later.
Right. Okay. Okay. Because I grew both. I grew that one and White Widow, and that those were
I
nice.
want everybody to know right now, this is a man who found it too hard to grow Jack Herer. One of the
Well,
easiest strains
bro.
of marijuana to grow, built for growing outside in California, where this gentleman lives, was too fussy. This is his exact word. Hey Lou, whatever happened to? Oh, it's too fussy. Too fussy. I had to cut it
It was too. Had to get yeah, yeah. But hey,
the
the other stuff
strain
that I'm
of
doing,
marijuana made to grow in Northern California outside.
just
Too fussy for old Lou. I had to
yeah,
cut it. I had
yeah.
to cut it.
I had to get
Feminized
it. It
seeds
was.
from Holland. I had to cut it. It's too fussy.
Yeah, the green thumb wasn't in on it. It was just ah. But I had a pretty good. I knew a couple that did well this time because they were saying around
What
here
about with the
that
fires though? I thought that everybody.
that's what I was gonna say. Around here, I did well, but another buddy of mine was saying that a lot of people around here just didn't because of the smoke, not also necessarily just because of the ash, but the light. You know how it obscured. The
Yeah,
light.
I don't buy that shit.
Well, I heard a bunch of people were just not having a good harvest this year.
That's just gonna make
Good
them
one.
butt up. That's just gonna make them butt up.
Well, they
The
they didn't
smoke
have
for sure. The smoke for fucking
mm,
sure. The ash and all that.
ash.
But
Yeah, and the
I
ash.
don't get it though. Like, yeah, you're in Northern California, you can grow outside, but like, man, you don't have any of those problems if you grow indoors. You don't have mold problems, you don't have bug problems, you don't have light problems or
Right.
smoke problems or your neighbor trying to steal your weed. You just grow indoors.
Ooh. Yeah. That's yeah. I see that. It's just that you know me. I like it outdoors. Nice
Hey man,
sun.
organic
Great.
outdoor weed, that's my jam, baby.
Now
But
you're putting your foot. That's what.
that shit is the best. Is it the most potent weed? No. Is it the best
Uh,
tasting weed? No. But it's the cleanest weed. You want to get high as a kite? It's the cleanest
yeah,
weed. Outdoor organic weed.
it's
But
nice.
I don't grow outdoors. I grow indoors. I'll grow organic, but I grow indoors. So fuck your
He's like,
mother.
I'll do it indoor.
Your
I do
mama.
well. He said, "Your mama on that." No, I did well doing it on the inside too, but like I said, whew, I like it. I like him out there. I
It's
do.
nice,
I
but
do.
the thing is like if you want to turn over a crop, man, it's all out of your hands outside. It's all out of your hands. The only thing that you can do, fertilize that, water it, make sure it's got the right light and all that, but you don't got to worry
Yeah,
about that inside. It's like it has the right light.
regenerate.
You
It
have the fan
does.
going. It's got air. Now we just every third day we fertilize and water it. I don't
See,
know.
you got it down. You got it. But then, see,
Well,
for me,
I wouldn't say that I haven't, although we did see some evidence of that earlier in the podcast when
yes,
loading my pack,
yes.
because I only smoke tops now. That's the other thing about I've become a worse asshole snob piece of
How you
shit
think with
motherfucker.
a fuck is your
I only
moniker?
smoke tops.
Motherfucker. Your top hat. Only fuck with the top. The cream rises to the top, so I fuck with that only.
It's true. I'm such a fucking piece of. That's the thing about me is like, if there's something to be snobbish about, then I'll be snobbish about it.
Yeah. I'm all in, god damn it. I beg you. I beg your pardon. Let me be a snob about this.
Man.
Oh, that is true. Oh, but yes, yes. A lot of fucking stores you got around here. Got the cookies, got the and like we were saying, that shit always has a line around. Uh
And they're
shit,
not
that's
there
where
to
I
buy weed. They're there to buy like trays and rolling papers and like
yeah,
bags, because like cookies is basically like the H&M or Forever 21 of the weed
one
world. It's like you're just buying some fucking, Aeropostale or Abercrombie and Fitch. That's what you're
yeah, look,
This was
an
all made in
Izod, that's
China.
what you got. Exactly. And then you got old motherfuckers like me walking in. I'm just trying to get a goddamn clone. Can I just get a clone?
No, you can't get a clone. They don't sell.
Oh,
That's the other thing about cookies that I don't like is, from in the kind of tech side of me, it's like things should be open
right.
source and like, you can get Gorilla Glue, you can get even what's the Z Skittles?
Oh
Have you ever
yeah.
tried that? That shit is fucking out.
Uh,
That was
is
that
it?
was voted the strain of the year by
Uh,
what is the weed app? Is it uh, Weed Maps? No.
yes.
What one of those? One
There
of
is.
those. It was
There is
it
a
was
weed map. Yeah.
strain of the year was
Ooh.
Skittles, and it's been a couple years since I've had Skittles. Pretty good. Not as good
Right.
as cookies. Not as good as cookies, and definitely not as good as
That's
some like.
good.
Maybe I'm just old school. Who like that fucking European style, yeah, or not European style, but it's actually like Middle Eastern, Asian style
I was
Kush
gonna say that
that they
that
make fucking hash
Afghani,
with. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the
that
shit.
Afghani or that whole Thai stick. Yeah, we talk about that shit all the time. Like, I know it's somewhere, or whatever, but
You can
I
buy
haven't caught a.
you can buy seeds of it. You can buy
Oh,
traditional
hmm.
Afghani Kush. You can buy a couple other strains of Kush if you look
If
online and
fine,
happen to
yeah,
be looking at a Canadian or a Holland website, you can find
yes,
those
yes.
strains. I won't
You won't go through all into it, but yes, 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 yes,
if I don't need to be
yes.
banned from YouTube like our president. But anyway, so back to Kenosha and those riots. So this past week,
Mm,
the Kenosha DA declined to file charges against the officers who ultimately shot, tried to apprehend, but shot Jacob Blake.
right.
And then you see, so I just want to juxtapose this with the WNBA. I forget which team was wearing full, JA AOC, all of them were wearing one letter like they're at a fucking Packers game in
Right.
December.
Yeah.
Uh, Jacob Blake, say his name, whatever. And as it turns out, the full breadth of the facts has come out, and that this
Mhm.
shooting sounds to me more than justified. I don't want the police to go and fucking shoot people.
Right.
Like I don't honestly, dude. The police shouldn't fucking be. I think we should be more like England, where you've got to go sign something to get a gun out of the police station if you're a cop. If
Mm.
cops didn't carry guns, I think that they would be more likely to de-escalate a situation other than popping a cap in a motherfucker.
But then the other hand is, won't the motherfucker have a gun and the cop not?
And that's what
Mm.
police tell you. That's why they say that they need tanks. That's why they say they need semi-automatic weapons. They need grenades. They need body armor. They need to roll around without showing you their badge because what if there's a bad guy?
Yeah. Uh,
What if there's a bad guy? Oh my God.
Well, well, and that's why, I mean, when they talk about not paying for the police and all that, I think it's more or less that they need to change up um, their tactics, so to speak. Like you
Yeah,
said,
they,
take the
they
gun
need to
away.
not show up at somebody's house dressed in black with body armor on and assault weapons and grenades.
Right,
What do
right.
you what
Because,
so let me just pose this to you and to the listeners. If you're in your house and all of a sudden you hear your door being pounded on and kicked in, what's your first reaction when people clad in black, not showing badges, not announcing themselves? What's your reaction?
oh, I
Johnny
have to go get
or
my,
Annie, go and get your gun.
yeah, I got to go get my shit. I got to go get my Nina. Fuck the bullshit. That's one reason why I got it. I mean, that's one reason you get one. I mean, I mean, just because, like I keep saying, just because it's California, it doesn't mean motherfuckers don't have guns out here. And if
What
you're gonna break
that's the
in,
I want
uh-huh,
to talk about that a little bit because we were talking about that when I called you earlier this week, like about how after this insurrection happened, right? Then all of a sudden you
right?
see left-leaning people, liberal people, Democrats, whatever you want to call them. We see those people going, "Holy shit! The Second Amendment also applies to me. I need a gun." And then I've got people messaging me. I got people like texting me. I got people posting to me on social media like, "I need a gun." These are the same fucking people who are like, "Oh, you've just become a redneck." There'll be a picture of me on my wife's feed in Facebook, and I got a shotgun on my hip.
Yeah,
Like,
you become American, man. That's American right there, boy, with your
no.
shotguns out. Oh.
According to our Democrats, liberal friends, I'm a piece of shit gun owner, NRA supporter. But then all of a sudden, I got people going, "How the fuck do you get guns? Can I have one of your
Yeah,
guns?"
yeah.
And you're like,
I like that. Hey,
"Motherfucker."
how do I get a gun, motherfucker? I'm not living there anymore. What?
So I said, "Good
I'm gonna
luck."
tell you what I tell my kids. Do it.
I said, "Tell them, hey, remember all those laws you voted into being those anti-gun laws? Yeah, well, now you're subject to them too." And they're like, "Fuck, I can't get a gun." No,
Right. I can't get one off the
you
off
can't
the
even
tarp.
get
I can't.
ammunition. Good
Listen,
luck.
that's what I was gonna say. You can't even do that. Like you gotta ask around. Like, hey man, you get on a list.
I
And
was
and
t-
you
I
know, and that's
was
funny.
I was telling Lou before the podcast started that I went to go buy more ammunition today, and my wife put the kibosh on it, and that was because in the center console of the truck, instead of like masks and things that we can be responsible with COVID, there was just shotgun shells. And we were right next door. We had breakfast like three doors down from the gun shop. And I was like, hey, let's go look at guns. And I was like, yeah, let's go look at guns. I'm like, I'm going to buy some more ammo. Where's the mask? Oh no, that's just shotgun shells.
Yeah, I don't think you need any more. You're like, wait,
She was like,
no.
no. And I was like, but they're really cheap. Like if we were back home in California, man, this shit would be expensive.
Yeah,
She's
matter of
like,
fact, I wouldn't
we
even have
don't.
a weapon.
The thing is that that might be true. I was saying, I mean, I can't tell you, a decade probably of asking my wife. My wife is certified to instruct handgun. She has like a handgun certification,
Um,
and I've just been like, let's just get a gun or two. No, 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 no,
right.
no, no. She knows what guns are too. No, no, no. And then we leave California, and all of a sudden it's like guns.
Yeah. Like the dark steel curtain starts to lift. Bing, guns. Hey, let's buy 4 guns tomorrow.
Well, uh, I have a birthday present picked out for a certain someone in April.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
She said that
Yeah, that's
she's
always
like
love.
the best gun I ever had was a 44 Sig Sauer, and they have one.
Ooh,
And so I'm
ooh.
like,
Oh yeah.
that's an expensive piece of iron right there. But
Hey, I'll tell you what. For as many motherfuckers have goddamn weapons, those things are fucking expensive. Like you look and you're
that's
like,
what I
wait,
don't
there's
understand. Like
thousands.
like I have like shotguns.
Right.
Those things are really cheap. A couple $100.
Th- Yeah, yeah, and even still, I'm like thinking like, there's so many fucking shotguns sitting somewhere on a
Dude,
shelf in a fucking store. These are too expensive. I'm like, what
dude,
the hell?
I had my eye on this. I think it's pronounced Bellini. It's an Italian. So
Right?
Italian shotguns are generally regarded as the best performing shotguns for whatever reason. America, we make Mossbergs and we make Deer Slayers and we make Remingtons and all this shit, but fucking Italians, these fucking people who use pigs to find mushrooms in the ground. These
Mm,
people,
mm.
these people know how to make shotguns. And so I was looking at this Bellini 12 gauge uh, shotgun. It's like just a normal shotgun. This fucking thing is like $1,500. $1,500
Damn.
for a shotgun, sir.
Damn.
Dude
Oh
is like,
the
he's
hell.
like, you don't understand. This thing is the best shotgun you're ever gonna buy. And I was like, I don't care. I'll buy
Yeah,
7 of these other shotguns,
exactly.
and they will last me
And
the rest of my life. And he's like,
exactly. I
yeah,
probably won't even get 7 of
but you're gonna have to fix that shotgun occasionally. I don't care.
them. Yeah, exactly. And while I'm fixing one, I'll have 5 others I can fucking reach for. So yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
man.
You're gonna have to fix that one. Yes, I know,
But
motherfucker. But hey,
what I was saying to our liberal friends this past couple of weeks, especially since the quote unquote insurrection, which
mm,
uh,
mm,
I'm sorry, I don't call it that. It's just a bunch of fucking
yep,
idiots who overrun 4 fat policemen. But what I've been saying to our liberal friends is like, you know, if more liberals participated in, owned, shot guns,
mm,
we'd have saner, better gun laws. The thing is, it's like you can't from the outside, if you don't have any fucking skin in the game, you can't come and tell the rest of us gun owners what the fuck we can and cannot
fuck
do.
this
Do
one.
you own a gun? No. Okay, then fuck you. I don't hear your opinion on guns. If you don't know
Yeah,
what
I
the
don't.
fuck a gun is, like, and I'll see motherfuckers on Twitter or Facebook like, it's Second Amendments for us. We need to arm ourselves. And I'm like, look, the rest of us gun owners, we know what responsible gun ownership is. And one of the things that it is not arming for war. That's what gun owners
Right.
do not do. We don't arm for war because if we
And
did,
that,
there's fucking what,
yeah,
120 million of us in this country. Y'all ass would be
every
fucking
shoot
grass.
would explode with every bullet. And that's what that's the one thing I've told people about. I'm like, I'm all for the Second Amendment, just like you said, I'm all for that. But weapons of war, you have no need for it.
But gun owners don't arm themselves for war. I've got
Right.
shotguns. I have bird shot in my truck, in my office, in the kitchen cabinet, and probably
I,
many other places.
oh,
It's bird shot. I
right.
might have something to take down a deer. A deer is what, 120 pounds, something.
A little bit
I
more, but
don't
yeah.
have high powered, Teflon tipped, semi automatic fucking rifle ammunition. That's not what gun owners do. 90% of gun owners are you and me, people who use it for shooting paper or shooting clays or shooting their dinner.
That's about it. Just, you know.
And that's the thing that non-gun owners don't get. They're like, I guess I'm gonna become some kind of fucking fanatic. No, like we all have guns, and it,
Yeah.
it, we all have guns, and we don't brag about it. We just go about our fucking business, except for on our podcast, and then we talk about
I,
how much
how we have
ammo
about
we're
40 of them. Yeah.
storing.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what, I get more motherfuckers mad at me when I tell them, yeah, I have, when they talk about the dogs and all that. And then we always get on the conversation of, I'm always like, well, yeah, I got dogs. Ain't nobody breaking up into this motherfucker. And if they do, they're going to let me know. And then I was like, and then I can go get my gun, and they're like looking at me, but what about your dog? I'm like, well, what do you mean? What about my dog? Well, what if the robbers have a gun? Again, my dog is supposed to be there before I get there. I like that's why I'm my gun.
Well,
I said I live in California. I need to unlock the shit and all this. So I need a dog that'll fucking give me some time to go get that motherfucker. And they're
right.
always like, "But your poor dog."
No, that's the
Everything I
whole
want.
that's the
Yeah, I'm
whole
like
job of a dog throughout human
why you
history.
both
Throughout
is
human history is to go chase
yeah
that bear, that wolf,
yeah
that fucking lion, those marauders coming to invade. No, that's the dog's job.
job. Exactly. The police took the slogan from the dog. Serve and protect. That's what my fucking dogs are supposed to do. And when they always
This,
look at you like you're so mean.
this
I'm
is
like,
what my
oh
dog is. This is what my dog does: bark and pee.
yeah. I remember that stage. You'd be like, what the fuck? I just said hello.
My
Oh
dog,
yeah.
because so she's kennel trained, so she sleeps in a kennel.
Right.
If we leave the house, she goes in the kennel. And
Right,
so
right,
uh, came back today after going to breakfast and then going to this Chuck E. Cheese. It's not a Chuck E. Cheese, and
right.
I let her out of the cage. She's so excited, and immediately you're like petting her, like good girl, and she immediately
Uh,
just pees
he-
everywhere, and you're
yeah,
like, no, bad girl, bad girl.
bad.
She's so
Yeah, it's kind of
excited,
like,
she
damn.
just pees. She's
Yeah.
like she's like a woman who has pushed 3 or 4 kids out of her vagina. Like she can't hold her pee at all.
That when she laughs and that it's just coming out.
I mean,
I know.
that was a low blow for you ladies, and I apologize because you make all the people, and we
You
respect
do.
you at hanging with old Lou, but we also have to tell the truth is that you can't hold your pee.
No. Uh-uh. No. Gotta
Anyway,
go.
Lou,
Better
we've been
hope.
going on for about almost an hour and a half now, and
Oh
I can
shit! Nice.
smell. I
Nice.
have Korean short ribs slow cooking in the oven.
Oh,
The like Pepe Le Pew, the
oh,
flavor has
hippie.
tickled
Was it?
my
Yeah.
nose and is drawing me away from you.
Yes,
And my chair is
was
squeaky as
it?
fuck.
Rape? Oh, that's a nice sip of whiskey right there. So isn't it?
Oh, that's good.
Ah,
Lou, I
yes.
wish you were here. I would love to pour you a glass. I have at least
Ah,
that's an
oh,
old Lou glass, right?
That
Reese.
right there. That's perfect. I was just looking through our Instagram feed, and it showed that meme with Jordan crying. That just started cracking me up. This is how you look. When the old Luke drinks all your liquor, and I was like, yeah.
Uh, y'all,
Uh,
uh, listeners, you think I'm joking. We've seen it before with countless guests, and
mm,
old Lou has a superpower. You can't invite him over to drink liquor because you're going to be sad in one way
good,
or the
yes.
other. Either you're going to have a pounding headache and you're so dehydrated that the Sahara Desert looks like a rainforest to you,
Oh
or
shit!
there is zero liquor in your house, and every time you buy liquor, it disappears mysteriously because old Lou was
In
there
front of you.
yesterday.
In front of you too. It's like you look at the bottle and you're like, "Hey, it's gone." What? And then you have
It's one of those trick bottles, right? It looks
yeah,
full. There's nothing in there.
yeah. Like, wait, what? Oh no, no.
You could be like your dad when you were 16 and write a little line on the label where the liquor was.
Yeah, you.
It doesn't matter if the bottle's empty. It doesn't matter. Well, there was liquor right here. Well, the bottle's empty, Dad. It doesn't fucking matter.
It don't. Oh shit. Yeah, I got a bottle downstairs I need to go fuck with. You right, you right. You might be
Well,
smelling Korean barbecue. I'm parched for another thing of whiskey.
well, you know what? If I could reach across the gigabytes and Ethernet, I would pour you
Oh,
a glass. But
my
I just
would love
remembered
to
I
so.
have about this much left in the basement. Why is it in the basement?
Oh,
I don't know. There you go. Ready?
yeah. Ah, thank you, thank
There
you.
you
Please, sir. I'm already
go. All
saying
right,
please,
Lou.
sir. You have a drink with me?
Um, I think we've adjudicated all things that have happened recently. I would like to encourage our listeners to be on the side of speech, letting people speak, even if you don't like what they're saying, because
Exactly.
sooner rather than later, they're going to come for whatever the fuck you're saying. If we support,
Uh-huh.
if we support banning certain speech here, they're going to come back and grab it there. So I would like
Actually,
to say,
they needed some
Lou,
tail, sir.
like I said at the beginning of the podcast, let's not talk falsely. The hour's getting late. That means
I'm
we need to
fucking
be
done.
truthful. We need to be truthful about what we see. And just
Ah,
because it's one side or the other who's doing things that I agree. Hey, I didn't like to see fucking sheep horned, shirtless motherfuckers in
no,
the House chambers. I didn't like to see that. That made me really mad. It also
no.
made me
Yeah,
mad all summer long to see people
I was
burning
gonna say.
my city, people burning Portland where I went to fucking school,
Mm.
people burning New York, Chicago, wherever the fuck. I didn't like to see that either. And
Crazy
so
cities and cities. Mm-hmm.
you reap what you sow. Let's
Mm-hmm.
for every time, for every season there is a time, according to Proverbs
Uh-huh.
and Kansas.
Oh, look at you. Ah, oh yeah. And,
Anyway, Lou, this has been
sir,
episode 113.
113, y'all. Damn, that's just so wonderful. 113. Ain't nothing spooky about it or scary about it. It's just one more in the bank.
Is someone, do you think, scared of what is it? Triskaidekaphobia is scared of 13.
Yeah, there's people in the world out there. Yes, yeah.
Triskaidekaphobia. Who is scared of 113?
Um, well, is there such a thing? We shall see. I'm sure somebody's scared of 1,313.
Oh, apparently Triskaidekaphobia is a Magic the Gathering card, which I didn't know.
Oh, how did that get into your
I
noggin?
just, I just, I just searched for it. I thought like
Oh,
extreme superstition for the number 13. Who is scared of 113?
I hope they don't say wolf. What they say?
Nope. Nobody's scared of 100. All right.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Well,
that's a
anyway,
good one.
Lou, I can smell my Korean barbecue short ribs. So if
Mm,
you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you know that I bought a cow and it's in my freezer.
yeah.
And now I'm cooking it short ribs,
Mm, mm.
Korean style, because I live in fucking South Dakota and there ain't no fucking Korean restaurants for a fucking day. Like if you go a day in any direction, there's no Korean restaurants.
Right. Oh,
Oh,
really?
holy shit. Dude,
So,
tomorrow is Dr. King's birthday. One of the greatest
yes.
Americans of the last century.
Yes.
Do you know that kids
Yes.
in South Dakota do not have Dr. King's birthday off? They go to school tomorrow.
What?
The Catholic school is
What's
closed, but all the public schools are open tomorrow.
well, I'll be. God damn
I've
it.
been fucking ranting and raving all weekend and all last week
What,
about that. Why the fuck? Dr. King is one of the greatest Americans to ever fucking live.
what's happening there? What?
I
ah,
don't know. It's not. I thought it was a national. Barack Obama made it a fucking national holiday. Not here in South
I
Dakota.
thought he did. I thought he did, but it depends. Now, remember, if he did it as an executive order, that could have been turned over. But damn.
These motherfuckers and their executive orders, man. Executive
No.
order me some wings. You feel
Oh,
me?
good with some
Like some
extra
spicy wings
ranch. Oh, good
and
spicy.
extra ranch. Yeah, because we're in South Dakota,
Oh,
dude. You come here and they're like, "This is really spicy," and it's mild.
oh, damn. You
These
know what? With the
bitches.
shit you cook, you could make a fucking fundraiser for your spot. You know, two dishes and just, or even three deep, and boom, fundraiser time here. This day we
Oh,
do
we're
this
because
and
we have that whole
eat it
corner.
up.
I'm gonna have a whole barbecue go out a couple of times this year. We're gonna barbecue right on that
Oh
corner. We're gonna have
God, that'll be.
food. Then we're gonna do jujitsu and throw up on the mats probably.
Oh man, maybe I can. Oh shit, let me know. That'd be kind of fun to take a ride on up in there. It's just that there's connecting flights only. God, I hate that. But
Well,
yeah, shit.
that's the thing. That's the thing. We tried to buy. We are going to go to Iceland this year, and
Oh,
so
nice, nice.
my wife was looking at flights. Try to. There is zero flights from the United States, the greatest country in the whole in history of the
Nowhere.
world. There, we cannot get to Iceland at all.
Mm, mm, mm. Is
So
it
I
just
said,
Iceland or
I
anywhere?
don't know. We were looking for. We
Uh,
wanted to go to Iceland. And so I told my wife, I was like, yo, let's just move to Vietnam. Fuck all the bullshit. Vietnam never had COVID. Vietnam never closed down.
oh,
Vietnam 100% open. Vietnam, yummy food, cool people,
yes. Mm.
lots of napalm.
Oh, oh, oh,
I
oh.
say we move to Vietnam.
Ooh, that might be nice. Get a place on the river. I think that'd be nice. Yeah.
I bet we were talking before the show or maybe during the show about bigger houses in my neighborhood. Let's take that
Right.
money and move to Vietnam. You want to talk about a house? We've got 9 houses on a rice paddy, and
Oh, say we. Oh,
people working that paddy, and then we've got some water buffalo. We make water
oh,
buffalo mozzarella cheese, and we sell it to fucking
oh.
Americans.
Vietnam. Yeah. There would be
Dude,
no pig high enough, boy.
I
Oh,
have a buddy of mine. He's a young dude. He's in his early 20s. And
right.
last year he was like, before the pandemic, he was like, man, my job is stupid. I just feel like I'm just wasting my time and my life. And I'm like, yo, I think we've even talked about this motherfucker. I was like, yo, man,
Yeah.
you need to just get out, just go sow your oats, whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
all of us as young people, we need to do that. We need to break away, get
Yeah.
away from the chrysalis, become the butterfly that you are.
Mm,
And
mm.
so
Go out.
he was like in Belgium or something and fucking Germany. And then I see like on Instagram, he's all of a sudden in Vietnam and he's never left. He's been there the entire quarantine. Meanwhile, he's done everything. I've never seen a picture with this motherfucker with a mask on. They're doing jujitsu. They're going to play pool. They're going to restaurants. And I'm texting him. I said,
Damn.
dude, is there a corona there? And he's like, no. How is it that
Damn.
Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, all these fucking places, they don't
Not
have
have a lick
corona
of
there?
it.
Nothing. We always heard
Yeah.
like, well, in really in very humid places, corona spreads like crazy. You can't
Gonna
tell
just
me
take
there isn't
off.
a more humid place than Thailand, than
Oh,
Vietnam.
or Vietnam. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Ooh,
No,
shit, you
there's
right. You
no
right.
corona there. The Philippines,
Mm.
the Philippines.
There's a little bit. There's a little bit, but not as
Those
much. Not as much. Yeah,
anyway. Sorry to
yeah.
sidetrack the conversation, Olu. Anyway, this has been episode
We do when we
113.
hang out. God damn it.
I know.
Ooh, 113. I love it. I love it. If y'all out there, why don't y'all go out there? You'll find us on all those media spots. We got Instagram, iTunes, Google Play, we Stitcher. We got all of the. Oh, see, look at that. That's looking lovely. We even have our own website, handwitholu.com. You can go to that one, and also go to our YouTube channel that we got there with the same name, Hanging with Olu. Look us up. Hey, just try, you know what? We're trying to get enough people so we can go live. But you know what? Right for now, let's try to get 10 this week. Give us
Uh,
10 motherfuckers at least sign
I
up.
would agree
Or
with
do we
that. Thank
all?
you, Lou. 10
Mm,
subscribers. Because
just 10.
the
That's
thing
all.
is like in December, we've had 1,000 people download the podcast. If you guys
Mm,
can, 10% of you, 100,
yeah.
subscribe
Mm.
to the YouTube channel, that would be really great. So that we don't
And we
have to
really.
do, so that I can live stream instead of,
So, Jeff, exactly. Exactly. That would help out just tremendously. We wouldn't have to live. We could just do that. Click. Boom. We're there. So like we said, just give us 10. And you know what? Even, hey, just go on. If you watch, you know what? I'd like also for you to do, just leave a comment. Yay,
don't
nay, something. Just
don't
leave
comment.
something.
I'm gonna delete them. Anyway, Lou,
Sir.
right here, brother.
Oh, right back at you, my brother. Right back at you. Oh,
All
yes.
right.
Oh, yes.
Someday soon we'll be together again. Until then,
Mm.
you know what they say.
They say, suck a dick, kiss an ass, motherfuckers. Pug my horns.